All right, let's talk about something we all run into. You know that feeling when you're trying to explain exactly how you feel, but you just keep using the same old words over and over? Well, today we're going to fix that. We're diving into a systematic way to express your emotions with total precision.
I mean, seriously, have you ever been there? You're trying to describe this really specific, complex feeling, and your brain just serves up happy, sad, or angry. It's so frustrating, right? It's like your emotional vocabulary is stuck in first gear. Well, guess what? We're about to change all of that.
So here's the game plan. We'll start by looking at why the old way of learning this stuff just doesn't work. Then we'll build a whole new framework from the ground up, starting with 6 core emotions. After that, we'll get into 5 simple ways to express them, how to find that perfect word, and wrap it all up with the one big idea that's going to tie it all together. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the problem with how we usually try to learn emotion words. The source material has a great name for it, the phrasebook approach. And honestly, it's probably the main reason we get so stuck. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got that old phrasebook method. It's just a jumbled mess of words you're supposed to memorize. No system, no logic. It's just not effective. But on the right, that's where we're headed. A clean, systematic approach. A real framework that actually gives you the power to say exactly what you mean.
All right, so let's get into the solution. This is the foundation of our entire new system. Forget about those random lists. We're going to organize every feeling we have around a core set of primary emotions. Think of these as the fundamental building blocks of our emotional language.
And here they are. Our framework is built on just 6 primary emotions: love, joy, surprise, anger, sadness, and fear. The trick is to think of each one like a big umbrella category. So anger isn't just being angry. It could be feeling irritable or full on rage or even disgust and envy. Just sorting our feelings like this is honestly the most important first step to really getting a handle on our emotional language.
Okay, so we've got our categories sorted. Now let's look at the actual, the machinery of how we express them. Because it turns out there are these really predictable patterns in our language that we can use for any of these emotions.
And this is really the engine of the whole system. There are 5 basic patterns. You can say what something does to you, like, it delights me. You can say how you feel, I'm delighted. You can say what you think about it, I think it's delightful. You can describe what it is delightful. Or you can just say what it's like. The beautiful part is, this isn't random vocabulary. It's a structure, a repeatable system you can plug any emotion into. So, we've got our big categories, and we've got our patterns to build sentences. Now for the fun part. The magic, really. Picking the perfect word to add all that nuance and make you sound completely natural. And that brings us to this super important idea called collocation. All it really means is the way certain words just naturally like to hang out together. For example, we say deeply ashamed because, well, those words just sound right together. They're natural partners. But we never say highly ashamed. Why? It just sounds off. And getting this right is absolutely key to sounding fluent. Here's a perfect example. You might know what zestful means, but you would never ever say, I am zestful to learn. It just sounds clunky and wrong. The natural correct pairing is I am keen to learn. And nailing these little pairings, that's what separates someone who's just okay at expressing themselves from someone who sounds truly fluent. Okay, enough with the theory, right? Let's actually see this whole system in action. We're going to take a really simple, kind of boring story and completely transform it, injecting it with all this life and color and real feeling. So here is the before story. I took the tube to work this morning. When I got on the train, it was, as usual, very crowded and hot. Halfway to Euston, the train stopped for a long time. The driver told us that this was because of a fire at the station. I mean, you get the facts, sure. But there's zero emotion, right? It's just flat. Okay, now listen to this. This is the after version, using our new framework. Dreading, as usual, the morning rush hour. Everybody seemed irritable, and I felt a bit claustrophobic. A few people also looked a little frightened. To my horror, the driver told us, "You can imagine my relief." Wow! See the difference? Suddenly the story is alive. It has texture, it has depth. That, right there, is the power of using this system.
And here's the final piece of the puzzle, tuning the intensity. It's like having a volume knob for your feelings. You don't just have to be angry, you can dial it down to being slightly miffed, or you can crank it all the way up to absolutely livid. You're not just nervous, you can be a bit nervous, or you can be terrified. This gives you total control over the exact emotional temperature you want to get across.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. The big takeaway here is the journey we've just taken, moving away from that messy, chaotic list of words and into this incredibly powerful, organized framework. So here's the bottom line. Just stop trying to memorize random lists of words. It doesn't work. Instead, start using the system. All you have to do is pick one of the 6 core emotions, use one of the 5 patterns to build your sentence, and then choose your words carefully to get the intensity and the natural sound just right. That is how you unlock precise, powerful, and authentic emotional expression.
So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. After everything we've just gone through, what's one emotion you're going to try and describe with real precision today? Go on, put this framework to the test and see what you can do.